going on, guys? It's your boy, the Droop Sack. So I just finished a client. I'm going to my last client of the day, enjoying my day off. It's pretty much sunny. It's cloudy all around Tampa Bay. Those of you guys know about Tampa Bay, live here, have been here, or have heard about it. Oh, excuse me. We have this like really weird anomaly where if this massive storm is heading towards us, it'll break apart. Some of it will go south of us, some of it will go north of us, but then it gets to the other side of the bay and then it recollects and then does its thing on the other side of the bay. But yeah, so it's cloudy all around, but it's sunny right here. So I was playing a couple of matches last night and I couldn't help but think of the strange kind of link between the way War Robots is progressing when it comes to the meta becoming more and more expensive and the real world. Let me clarify that. So in the real world, you have people that are in situations where they either their upbringing, their current neighborhood, the current school they go to, where they work, whatever. Wherever you find yourself, there's always strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats. You know, when it comes to the SWOT analysis, when you're looking at, in a decision, let's say you're trying to figure out which robot to buy or which robot to start assembling with components. Do a SWOT analysis. What's the strengths of that bot or weapon? What's the weaknesses of that bot or weapon? What are the opportunities of using that weapon or bot, and what are the threats of using that weapon or bot? Another further example, going deeper into that one, would be the Fenrir. What are the strengths of the Fenrir? Oh, we got the HP. It has a shield, Argus shield or whatever. It has 2 medium, 2 light, or 2 medium, 1 heavy, and yeah. What are the weaknesses of the Fenrir? Well, the speed is one of those weaknesses. Another weakness is the fact that it is a very, very, very wide body, so it's easier to hit. It's also more expensive to upgrade. I can keep going. What are the opportunities for that bot? Well, I could put 2 medium, 2 light. I could put 2 Corona and a Glory. I could put Avenger and 2 Punisher T's. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So wherever you find yourself, it has its strengths, its weaknesses, its opportunities, and threats. So one of the things that I hear a lot about in the mainstream media is, privilege. People that live in specific neighborhoods or grew up in specific socioeconomic condition have more opportunities than those who don't live in those areas, who grew up in those socioeconomic conditions. And it's true. I mean, wherever you find yourself, there's going to be opportunities that are not going to be other places, whereas there's going to be other opportunities in those other places that are not in the current. You know what I'm saying? So I hear about this, the privilege argument and all that stuff. And I don't know why I was thinking of that when I was playing the game last night. But I noticed that the players who have the most powerful meta currently, they are the same players that bought in early when the game first came out, or at some point bought in enough money, real money, into the game to where it allowed them to be able to upgrade their weapons and robots, even non-meta, non-current meta robots, because the same weapons are being used. So the same weapons are producing the same outcome of destroying the players that are across from them quicker than those who have non-leveled up weapons and non-leveled up robots. So the weapons do the damage, the robots allow those weapons to do the damage, but also allow you to sustain in a longer bout, inflicting the damage to that other player. So it's just a vehicle, pun intended, because the robot is a vehicle for you to cause damage and get those resources back, silver and the gold, and keys to be able to upgrade your current stuff. Okay, so the people who bought in early, I'm thinking of the people that bought in early were the people that started the game before I did, and I started the game in 2016. I think it's 2016. And I think the game started in 2015. Well, the people that started in 2015, I can guarantee the amount of money that they put in is minuscule. It's minute. It is inconsequential. It is a Starbucks cappuccino compared to what the robots and weapons cost now. So the people that bought in early at the beginning of the game, let's say that all they had to do was just essentially buy gold to be able to upgrade or buy those robots, the Lancelot, the Galahad, and this is even before then. And I don't know what the others cost. They cost workshop points. They probably were silver before that. I don't know. But they were able to upgrade their stuff faster because they had the highest HP that the robots can have, and they had the highest level weapons that the robots could have, and that would inflict the most amount of damage the fastest, and be able to sustain beacon caps, all that stuff. So those players at the beginning of the game got those resources, and they were able to afford those robots and those weapons that cost a lot back then, and it was just gold. So they were able to acquire the resources faster than the player who can only play maybe 1 or 2 games a day and not be able to buy anything because maybe they're an 11-year-old and they just had their birthday and they're not getting a gift card again until Christmas. I don't know. But the players that are able to have the most amount of power and speed and HP, inflicting the most amount of damage and resisting the most amount of damage as possible, they were the ones that scored the top 1, 2, and 3 in each match. Therefore, giving them the resources at the post-match to be able to upgrade their weapons and bots faster. So those individuals were able to do that before the change in the economy. The change in the economy then literally took that away from all players, including themselves, the ability to quickly upgrade the weapon. I say quickly because it's the wait times were, even before the economy change, were faster back then. And it took less silver and gold to upgrade those things, and resources to upgrade those weapons and bots and modules and boosters and pilots and all that stuff. So before those economy changes, and we're talking about even before the Lancelot, Galahad, and Gareth, they had the resources, they had those strong weapons, and then you get those newer bots and newer weapons that came out, and they were able to get those resources and upgrade them faster because they had the resources already, because those individuals that we're talking about that started before I did in 2016, they already had a massive store of silver and gold, if they were responsible with their spending, to be able to buy and upgrade those particular new things that they just got. Whereas most of the other players, I would say probably, I'm comfortable saying most of the other players were not able to do that. So they had to grind to afford the upgrade cost for the weapons and robots that they were not able to do before. So essentially, they're playing catch up. They're living paycheck to paycheck. They're upgrading match to match. They can't really do that anymore because the upgrade times are so long and the upgrade costs are too high. Boom. So going back to the analogy, the metaphor, whatever, of the person who, grew up with, in a very, very, very affluent neighborhood, and their parents were able to afford the nicest cars, the nicest schools, the nicest certification programs, the nicest equipment for their jobs, all that stuff. It afforded them or gave them an upper hand on the people that grew up in a neighborhood that there are no education opportunities, or there's no employment opportunities or whatever, so they have to go outside their neighborhood to get those particular things. But they're able to get it, they're able to grind for it, they're able to not only motivate themselves, their families, their friends, but also the world, because they're freaking impressed with the person that was able to make it from the bottom, and in spite of, or regardless of what little resources they had access to at that moment. Growing up, they were able to transcend their environment's limitations. So the player who's able to not pay nothing, but are free to play, the players that are grinding daily, they're having to compensate somehow. They're exchanging their time and their cortisol levels to play this game, to be able to afford the stuff that they want to upgrade, but it's only going to get them so far, because you can't play enough in order to get everything that you want upgraded to the level that you want them. I'm sorry. Someone like me I shot myself in the foot by getting multiple hangers. The reason why I say that is because I have spread myself too thin, and I don't have the resources to upgrade everything that I have. My goal is to have all of my Coronas, my Halos, my Glories up. I can't get past level 6 in any of them because I don't have enough silver. I think I'm at 5.5 million. Now, I have premium. Now, premium has given me the ability to cut that cost in half. So upgrading from 6 to 7 is, let's say, 6 million or 8 million. Once my premium runs out, that cost goes up. What, to 12 million until I get to level 7? No. If I'm not paying for premium, I'm not upgrading anything, because I can't. So the point that I'm getting to is that, like, there's life lessons in every single one of these games. The individual games to the big picture game itself, War Robots. Every match that you go into, there's a lesson about life in that match. It's, yes, there's always going to be someone who has more resources than you, but it doesn't mean you give up. Yes, in life, there's always going to, or in the game, there's always going to be someone that has freaking the funniest name. I don't know. That's just life. Some people have funny names. I don't know. And in a game, there's always going to be someone that has all the newest stuff, most upgraded stuff, and all the pilots and all that stuff. You may not. But that's just life. It doesn't mean that you give up. There's always going to be someone more talented than you in the game. Just because you lost that match doesn't mean you give up. Keep going. And you learn something about yourself every single time that you play the game. So when I'm playing this game last night, I'm realizing, dang, I'm absolutely miserable in Champion League with the resources, or with the resources that I have, but also with the equipment that I have that's not leveled up, and I can't sustain firefights. Like, if I get aggressive, I die within 3 minutes of the game. All my bots I bought out. If I'm conservative, get no beacons, very low damage, but hey, I contributed to my team to knock down a Fenrir 15% health. But I'm able to help. So I'm trying to be more of a team player. So all these different things that we have going on in the game, all these opportunities that we have to learn about ourselves, I realize, man, because that I'm miserable in Champion League doesn't mean that I need to just disregard the fact that I have the ability to fine-tune my skills in Champion League, going up against top-level competition with the top-level gear. So when I can get that top-level gear at one point, I'm going to be a reigning champ, because I sacrificed blood, sweat, and tears in Champion League with nothing, and now I have something and I'm still in Champion League. Watch out. And that is evident when I'm on my BR account, my Battle Rec account. It's like I'll be running Ravens. Nobody can touch me. Of course, I get killed. But when it comes to my confidence level, when I'm running my Ravens, there's no one better than me. When I'm running because I don't have the new meta stuff in my hangar, in my BR account, which I do need to get. But I'm running stuff with no pilots, MK2, everything MK2, and I'm still at that point where it's like, hey, Ares train what? Can't stop me. Yes, I get killed, but my mentality is, you can't stop me. But when I go back to Champion League in my old personal hangar, brother, I get stopped constantly. I become a doormat. Anyway, y'all, I just wanted to drop that on you. I'm off today, so I need to walk into my client now, and when I get done, I'm going to try to edit some of these videos for today, and then maybe even upload a gameplay video tonight. So I love you guys. I hope you, your friends, and family are happy, healthy, and safe. And until next video, I'll catch y'all's later, y'all. Peace.